Hey, hi, hello everyone. My name is Arden Schiller, and I am an online business and fulfillment coach. And my goal is to really help you learn how to grow your business without the grind and embrace the space when you're not working on your business. And in this first episode, I'm really excited to just dive in and talk to you guys a little bit about my story and where I've came from and why on earth I'm doing this, why I am teaching you how to really stop yourself from burning out in your business, because this is so important to me since I spent so long burnt out in my business that I ended up resenting it and hating it and wanting nothing to do with it. And so, my goal here today is to tell you a little bit about my story and throughout this podcast, really help you learn how to own your business rather than letting your business own you. So, let's dive in. To start, I actually grew up with two lovely parents and a little sister. And as I was growing up into this amazing person, I was constantly put inside a box. And I'm sure a lot of you can resonate and relate to that feeling if you are an entrepreneur. And for me, I felt that the only thing I could do was be a kindergarten teacher. But little did I know that there was so much more that the world had to offer. So, after going to college in education and getting my master's in IT, which is instructional technology, I taught kindergarten for a 2 years. And then from there, I subbed. And during my substitute position, I started my first ever online fitness coaching business. And little did I know was that this was going to be the major shift in my life at 23 years old to make me who I am today. And I invested in a mentor in August 2020, and this mentor was amazing. He helped me with so much, learning so much about business, all the structures and strategies I needed. But what he didn't support me on, and that's okay that he didn't do this, but this was for me to figure out, was business isn't supposed to be a 24/7 job, because we leave business or we step into being a business owner to have freedom. And I didn't realize that. So I went from feeling exhausted and burnt out while teaching to being exhausted and burnt out as a business owner, and was working 12 times more than when I was teaching. And when you teach, when you're a teacher, we all know teachers work a lot. And so from there, I was able to grow and scale my fitness business to 30K plus months. It was amazing. And also, I absolutely hated it. And not many people knew that. And not many people knew that I was really struggling because I couldn't show up in my relationship. I couldn't show up for my family. I couldn't even show up for myself. I was exhausted. I was unhappy. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to meet people. I just wanted to do business. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever been in that place, it sucks. It feels like you literally have to work to bring on clients. And then you get a client and it's not even exciting because you're just dead. And you're like, all right, cool. And then you're on to the next client. So I spent a lot of my fitness business growing it to be like that. And it wasn't until I actually was so burned out that I literally was not bringing on any clients. I was so unhappy. I decided that I didn't want to do fitness coaching anymore. And I was slowly letting the business die. Like, I wasn't trying to hold on to clients and I wasn't trying to bring clients on. And my assistant coach had said to me in December 2021, Arden, I really want to do this. Like, Let's Grow Girls has changed my life. And I want to continue to help ladies change their lives and step into the best version of themselves. I want to help you grow the business. Like, I really don't want to let this end. And it kind of opened my eyes, because in that moment, I was actually debating on being a business coach to do exactly what I'm doing today. And I realized that if I just let my business die, how the hell am I going to be able to help people overcome this hump in business of burning out if I just like kind of gave up after being burnt out, right? So I realized that, okay, like I don't have a beautiful outcome right now. So how can I be a business coach and preach burnout if I gave up when I was burnout, right? So from there, I was like, you're right, you're right. Let's keep going. And we were able to grow and scale the business back to the point where it was by, now it is September. So I'm really excited about that. And with that being said, I started business coaching in April 2022, and I've been able to support so many beautiful and lovely people since then. And what I've learned is that when you are consistently grinding and consistently hustling, a lot of times we actually stop being so intentional about what we're doing in our business. And we just kind of start to do busy work, right? And what I've learned is that if we can actually just show up for a shorter amount of time, execute, and get done what we need to get done, well, then from there, we're actually doing more, which is crazy to even think about, but we're doing more. And so what I've learned, and a lot of, a lot of this is through experience, is that you can still grow a business to 30K plus months and so much more by doing less, just being more intentional with your time and learning how to attract people in through your social media, through your content strategy, rather than going out and chasing people. And it's something that I truly believe in. And the space and the time that you're not doing business, this is the time for you to show up for you. It's the time for you to lean in and fully reflect on who you are as a person. Because if you don't know who you are, your business is not going to grow. You have to be able to embrace yourself. And also in that space when you're not working, this is a good time to close loops in your personal life. Figure out, what type of things you have to surrender, release, or this is the time to learn new hobbies, step into new things, create a new version of yourself. And that's the coolest part about that space when you're not working. Not only does it or could it go to you, but it could go to your relationships, your family, your dog, your friends. And if we can actually create a balance in business and with friends, guess what happens? You have the foundation. You can then create a bigger influence and a bigger impact and a bigger income. And I think it's huge because we're so focused on working so many hours, like hours and hours, 15 plus hours a day, because we want more income. But what we don't realize is that if we're not consistently doing the fundamentals, and we're actually rather focused on working more hours and doing busy work that's not intentional or doesn't really matter, we actually end up holding ourselves back from bringing in the income. And what's really cool is when you do the fundamentals, you see results. And as you see results, that is what makes your days longer, more hours, right? Think about it this way. When I first started business coaching, all I did was the fundamentals, and that took me 3 to 4 hours a day. But now that I have 20 plus clients, my days can sometimes be 8 plus hours. It's not every day, but it's the days that I'm on calls with my clients. I'm answering client messages. Sometimes I have to be, doing a mastermind call, right? So your days start to become more hours and more work through the results that you create by doing the fundamentals. So if we're not intentional about our fundamentals, it's going to be very hard to create results. And so the reason why I really stepped into business coaching was because this is something that I want to preach, because burnout is no fun and you don't get any stinking badge of honor if you are burnt out in your business. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about my story and how far I've come. And if you guys have any questions or you're ready and excited for episode 2, definitely save, share, and rate this podcast. I love that you guys are here, you're listening, and I'm excited to really dive in deep into emotional intelligence, growing without the grind, and embracing the space that you are not working in business.